Okay, Rahul, good morning and welcome again. And thanks a lot for this weekly session.
Yes, good morning, sir, and it's my pleasure to again come on YourPedia.
Okay, so Rahul, today our interaction is related to what we know as what we call as Mad November Rush, as far as the admission in foreign university, especially US, is concerned. So I have heard that there are a couple of months. I mean, there is a particular time period in entire academic year, and that is this November, where students, if they apply, then professors are looking for a lot of students, and maybe sometime the requirements like GRE and all are also waived off. So please tell us about this November rush. What is this all about?
So first of all, this term is very good, Mad November Rush. You coined
Mm,
it very well. So actually, it is very true. Like in November, there is a mad November rush. So what happened initially, if you send email or try to connect with professor in the month of August, September, they have many requirements. They will say, like, check the university website. There is a GRE requirement, TOEFL requirement. You have to write these exams. But eventually, what happens in this month, November, and 15 December is the deadline for most of the universities. So when deadlines are near and
mm,
professors most of the time they don't get good candidates. So
mm,
if I talk about my professor, he's also always struggling with the good candidates.
mm,
During this time, if somebody sending email from India or China, so but and the student has very good profile, so he or she can bargain with professor. Like last year, I remember two students from YourPedia, they sent emails to the professor, and in that university, GR is required, TOEFL is required.
mm,
That student doesn't have any of the exam at
mm,
that point.
mm,
But when he sent email to the professor,
mm,
professor likes his profile, he told him to apply. And when student mentioned like I don't have GRE score, then professor himself told him like I will go to university and I will try to waive off that exams for you. So one thing, other thing is like students, professor can waive off the TOEFL and IELTS exam as well.
mm,
And sometimes if you want to bargain more, like as we are Indian, we always want more bargaining. So
mm,
you can tell him like I am not economically very good, so please waive off my fees as well. So they
mm,
can waive off your fees as well. Like you can save a huge amount of money.
mm,
So only thing is you have to write email very well,
mm,
and you have to make a CV which should be very, very good. So CV and email is the part where many students are confused. So
mm.
you have to make it very well, and that is where like we are helping our students like who are coming to your video how to build their CV and emails.
Mm. So that means if a student is having no background so far as of now, no preparation of GRE special preparation, but he's interested to join some course in US university, and he decides to go now. As you suggested, he should start with the emailing the professor, and he should hit the right person, right professor. And if the person likes his profile or something and his area, and then he may
Mm,
even help the student by waiving off his requirements. But normally
yes.
we don't see that kind of trend in India, Rahul. Like it is not in the hands of professor to waive off gate requirement for admission into
Mm,
universities. This is something which I'm seeing the peculiar thing in US, where professor
mm,
has that particular discretion.
mm. So the thing is, if you ask me why is it so,
Mm.
in India, if somebody is joining PhD, he's getting funding from Indian government, basically MHRD.
Yes,
But
yes.
in US, what is happening?
Mm,
Professor is paying money from his own
mm,
pocket.
mm,
So if you basically omit this top 20
mm,
universities,
mm,
there like professor doesn't have that much power. There you have to get selection in the university. But apart from top 20, if professor is paying you,
mm,
university has to listen the professor. If professor is saying this is good
yes.
candidate, I am going to pay him.
Mm,
So university can't do anything in
mm,
that case. So that's why reaching out to professor is very, very crucial thing in PhD selections,
mm,
basically in
mm.
US.
One more thing I want to ask you, Rahul. Like I interact with many students, and they are interested to go for higher education courses. What stops from them is many of the assumptions in their mind. One of the assumptions is like, sir, my credentials are not that good. So
Mm.
how a student can make that kind of assessment, that whether he is suitable to apply and whether he will get some kind of opportunity abroad, because that particular thing in his mind कि मेरा credential अच्छा नहीं है stops him from even exploring the options. तो कुछ guideline
Mm.
आप दे सकते हैं राहुल, that how he can make his self assessment.
So the thing is, when I was in India, I was thinking same, like mera profile acha nahi, I am not good, like I'm not good enough to get PhD in US. But after coming here, my view actually changes.
Mhm.
So what happened? Indian curriculum is like that. If even if you are doing only 30-40%, you are way ahead than other students from different countries. If I talk about American student, if
Mhm.
Indian student is paying only 40% effort, it is way ahead than American student. The
Mhm.
one thing. Other thing which I observe where Indians are lacking,
Mhm.
they actually did many things, but when it comes to making the CV, they are
Mhm.
not mentioning it very well. So
Mhm.
CV is very, very crucial part because there is no actual technical interview.
Mhm.
Professor is not going to ask you basic
Mhm.
questions. He will not going to check your knowledge. He will just check your CV.
Mhm.
So making CV for abroad PhD admission is a skill which students don't have. Like I observe, Indian students don't have that skill. So that is where they need this guidance, like
Mhm.
how to make the CV, how to mention things. If somebody knows Python, MATLAB, and if he's just writing, I know Python or MATLAB, that will not work. But if
Mhm.
you somehow showing that like I did this project and in this project I use Python, then
Mhm.
it has more impact. So these type of things which Indian students are missing, that's
Mhm.
why they are not confident. But if you make very good CV presenting
Mhm.
yourself very well,
Mhm.
interviews 10 to 15 minutes, you can easily bluff there, I would
Mhm.
say.
So is it possible, Rahul, for us to have a dedicated session on this particular thing only, that how to proceed forward and how to make a really good CV? Because what are the things to be focused? Can we have a
Yes,
dedicated session, and maybe I can request you that we show it
for
on yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like daily YourPedia mentors are available at different times, so students can always come and discuss these things with the mentor, like how to make good CVs and all.
Mhm.
So link is there in the description. So if you
Okay.
want to talk more,
Mhm.
you can always fill the Google form and connect with us.
Okay. So now to conclude this session, Rahul, can we say that this 1 month now, like it's a mid-November, we are sitting till mid-December. This 1 month is the most efficacious month, I can say, in entire year, where you apply and the probability of getting selection is very high. Can we say that way?
Mm. Yeah, for sure. Like I remember one example from the last year. So there is one YourPedia student, Jyoti. So she joined on 28th November and she start this process on 28th November. In the
Mhm.
10 days, she I think sent 40 to 50 emails. Two,
Mhm.
three positive replies she got. She doesn't
Mhm.
have GRE. She
Mhm.
bargained with the professor and she got the selection and now she's in US. So this month is very, very important, 15 November to 15 December.
Okay.
Send more and more emails. Obviously, you will get something very good in US.
And that that mailing professor will not cost, right?
Yeah, it's free of cost. Like you just
Mhm.
have to make a standard email, just change the name of professor and send to different professors.
So that means that you will already be knowing that okay, I may get opportunity, and then you start applying, and then you start spending money.
Correct. So
Mhm.
from wherever you are getting reply, just
Mhm.
spend money in that university. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can save a lot of money in that way.
Well, wonderful, Rahul. This session was wonderful. I think a lot of students who are planning, they will surely now try to apply and try to see that this is the best opportunity entire year. So again, thanks a lot, Rahul. And next week, again, I'm going to catch you with another very, very fruitful input. Thanks a lot, Rahul.
Thank you.